I look like a fucking lesbian. But anyway, I meant to do a video yesterday, but I was tired and I was still processing my court session and school and my grades and trying to figure out why they rather give me an F. Trying to figure out if I'm even in the right school. I thought I was. I was impressed how they had military folks in there, so I thought they were serious. But I feel like how I feel. I feel like how I felt with my MCNY experience. Me and my man have been arguing ever since my court session. When he got home, he was upset. I guess he didn't have a really good day, and we really didn't communicate like we should have. It was really awkward. But he did ask me about my session, and I was like, it went okay, and shit like that. And then shit went left. When I mentioned to him that I saw my kid's father on video, shit kind of went left. But it's one of those situations where he's not gonna admit that's why. But I know that's why, and it's like that's out of my control. I didn't tell him get on camera. I don't know if his lawyer suggested that he gets on camera. I don't know if it was because I was in a different environment and I was already making videos and, his kids were being seen in the background type shit. I don't know. We just got tunnel vision like that. But I know he purposely did it to annoy me, which is okay because I know that about him already. But obviously he knew I wasn't going to keep that information from my man. And he knew that that's something that would annoy him as well if it was the other way around. So it's one of those testosterone type of bullshit. We've been arguing about who's going to go get groceries. Now, that's just something I don't typically do. And as bougie and stuck up and self-centered as that sound, it's like you've been doing the groceries. Like part of life with you was because I was intrigued that you were chefing, like you was a chef, like you was like a professional chef, but like that you know how to, and that's something that I wanted off my man list. But now it's like ever since I've been pregnant, you've been lazy to go get groceries, and it's like why? So the little money that he gives me, I'm very grateful for. I figured I can save, but apparently that's money I need to go shop with. So we've been arguing about that. He knows I have a goal to save my child support money since my money is not actually in my account yet. I recently filled out my FAFSA for 2014, no, for 2024. I'm sorry, I'm somewhere else. 2024, 2025. When I filled out initially my FAFSA, it was for 2023, 2024. Because for the spring semester, they had it for the New York school, and I was already out here. So I was scared that my money would go there, that they would pay that school versus this school. A bunch of drama. But I don't want to over money over groceries and over grades and shit like that. He talking about, I've been because since summer semester together and my grades have not up to par. So I'm trying to figure out if it's the system being biased or my teachers being hypocritical, or what's going on. Like, I feel like if I've been graded, as far as goals, if I've been graded every week, that should accumulate a kind of grade that's just not an F. At least give me a D, because I didn't fail the whole thing. But somehow they switch it up. They feel like if you don't got a high school diploma and that's your complaint, then they feel like it's juvenile or some shit. I don't like how the rules are being changed as you go based off what kind of student you are, your demographics and shit like that. Like, that's how I feel. Now, as far as my transfer credits, I have 30 credits that were transferred over to the fucking school. Now, apparently, they only allow 9 credits for the certificate program that I was enrolled in. But I was trying to fight the fact that I was in a certificate program because the person that enrolled me based it off the classes that they offer. So it matched the certificate program that they offer. But I'm like, why am I enrolled in a fucking certificate program? When I was in New York, I was doing my associates. So I want to continue my associates because I only had one more semester, which would have been this spring semester that just passed. Had I been in New York, I would have passed it. Or if I failed, I would have failed a class or two. But then I would have to retake those classes if they go with my degree plan. Now, the classes that I failed in this school, one of them doesn't really count as far as it being important to my degree plan. Statistics does, so I have to take statistics again. Now, I'm not sure if I want to take statistics again right now. I told my new success coach that I did, and then I would just have to pick another different class. But then I'm like, maybe I should just continue with new classes and leave statistics for last, since I already kind of know how they operate. So I have 30 credits from the previous school that were transferred over, but apparently they can only accept 9 as far as the certificates go. Now, as far as my major goes, the 30 credits are there. But as soon as I log in my portal, I was seeing 12 over 18 credits, and now I'm seeing 9 over 18. So I'm trying to figure out why that portion changed. And then I'm mad I don't have a printout of when it was saying 12 over 18. I have the initial printout of when it was saying 9 over 18. So now I don't know if that's because I mentioned to the new success coach that I didn't want to deal with the old success coach. I feel like I emailed her around the time frame that the course is ended, and I have yet to receive a response. And I feel like that's just corny to me. I feel like, who doesn't have an office job where they can also check their office email at home type shit if you're not in? Like, it just don't make no damn sense to me. So I want them to change that, and I hope I get to study and get these next classes going, because I would hate to pay a whole bunch. Like, each class is almost $700. So I'm trying to figure out, what's going on, why they rather me fail it and retake it. You wasting my time. I'm not wasting yours. I'm showing you what I understand, what I don't. And like, just give me the fucking grade already. It's not a failing grade. If you've been providing grades every week for every assignment, every discussion, and every homework, and it's like, it couldn't have possibly narrowed down to a fucking F. I feel like they should revise that shit and give me at least a D if that's what I deserve. Because I did not earn no damn F. What else? And that's what's just frustrating. I could just say fuck it and then just go get a job, which is most likely what they expect me to do. But nah, I'm gonna finish my shit. Like, this is why I transferred. Had I just left New York, I didn't need to transfer nothing. I could have just withdrew, found me a job, and that's it. But the judge didn't bother me too much about it. I'm waiting for the document where it states, an update. She mentioned that she was going to email it to me, or she was going to send it to my address. So now I'm assuming, since I didn't receive it through email, it was Friday, hopefully maybe Monday. If not, then it's just going to come in the mail. Me and my man are arguing to the point where he's kicking me out. And then one point he's kicking me out, and then one point he's like, he'll leave. But it's like, who is telling you that I want you to leave? Who is telling you that I want to leave? I'm just complaining to you about certain shit that makes sense. Now, the rent lady is charging him rent from January to March. Now, to my knowledge, I paid the rent lady in November and I received the receipt. Now, he gave me the money. I gave it to the rent lady. I got a receipt. I saved it for him. Blah, blah, blah. Now, come December, he was supposed to pay rent and he didn't. Come January, I am sure he paid rent because um, he told me to wait for the rent lady. But I didn't want to see the rent lady. So he stepped out. He went to the deli real quick, and by the time he was at the deli, she pulled up and she was knocking on the door. So I sent him an audio like, "Yo, she's in front of the door." He came back, and I guess they spoke. He paid the rent, and around that time, our washing machine was fucked up. So he put in the request for them to come fix the washing machine. If it wasn't fixable, then he needed to get a new one. Now, I have audios and text messages around that time frame, but for some odd reason, I can't find the audio where I'm telling him the bitch is in front of the crib. Now, I'm asking him, did you delete it? Like, I'm trying to help you out because the bitch saying you over from January to March, and I feel like that's correct. So now I got to go back previous conversations and previous audios and all this shit to try to help you so that you have proof that yes, you did pay in January. What the fuck is this bitch talking about? Now he's saying he owes he owes February and March. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then where's the proof? We can't find the receipts. I know I saw the fucking receipt for Jan. But he's disorganized, and I don't like that. I'm very organized. But at any point, did you think this bitch would take you to court for unpaid rent, or what's going on? Um, I already told him you should get a folder and have these receipts, have your lease in there, all the rent related documents in there. That way, you don't have a problem when shit like this pop up. Now, if I don't pay rent, they need to stress me with the rent issues. Listen, that's some shit. Now, I dare you to give this bitch from January to March because I know you paid in January. So I dare you. And it's like we've been arguing over that. He's like, I don't do nothing. I should go do the groceries. Listen, no, 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 no. You could never fix your lips to tell me that had there never been a baby in me. So don't start now. Don't start now. I specifically told you before I moved out here that my main focus is school. And unfortunately, I haven't really been studying as much as I should ever since I've been with him. Now, for summer semester, I busted my ass. Um, but I felt like I should have studied more because I was a little stressed. I just met him. I was really focused on our relationship, but I was stressed at home and all this extra shit. So my studying patterns switched. Fall semester when I was here, when I moved, I was busting my ass. Like I was making sure all the assignments were submitted, blah, 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 blah. But when you deal with the fucking portal and all that shit, sometimes if you submit your assignments too consistently, all of a sudden one is missing, or all of a sudden one is not great. All of a sudden the system is playing all these mental games and pretending you don't got your shit together. You save a document, the shit's not in the computer. Like, why is that happening? Why is that what they do? Why? But they feel away because they're around your age and they're teaching you. So it's like they can't manipulate you like you were a little kid. I don't get it. Grade this shit, put the grade in, move on. Why you got to play all these mental games? Why? Now, I had to go back and contact the people like I mentioned in the other video. And I feel like that's an inconvenience. That was kind of corny. Already sent out hits, like already sent out hits on me. Like, why? Why? I feel a way about you guys protecting these scams and these broke niggas or bitches like me. I had a little hiccup, but I got over it. I should have been forgiven. I feel like it wasn't that serious. And, it's not like I robbed anybody. So I feel like, as far as my case with my boys, I have proven that I've been doing better. I have proven that I am trying. I have proven that I'm just not giving a fuck, you know? I feel like, as far as technology goes, I feel like you should have some experts. You should have some more professionals. I feel like you're not really making me feel secure with my own case. You're not really helping me. So I feel like the whole time I had a public defender, that was some bullshit. Why? Because the public defender works for you over working for me. I'm trying to figure out when the fuck the public defender even charged me for her services. There was a time that I needed to pay IRS back in August for overpayment, and I feel like either that was child support or that was her trying to get her money. Um, and it's just a whole bunch of bullshit, like over my kids, over my studies, like over my future. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, as far as my man go in my relationship, I felt like I also brought up, because I know he had light skinned bitches before. So I'm like, why are you with me? Like, I'm the dark skinned bitch. Why are you with me? I feel like you can tell how they used to operate with their exes based off of based off of based off how they like respond to certain arguments, or how they come at you when they arguing and stuff like that. So I feel like he yeah, he has a right to be a little upset if I choose not to go and go get groceries. But I feel like I like what you pick. Go ahead. And if I have like a little list, I don't understand why you mad. Because you're not at work, so you might as well go. Um and the back and forth. Why you don't go? No, you go. I'm tired, blah blah blah. Listen, then don't go. Get takeout. Um, but then it's like he talking about the previous bitches, um, they would go without arguing, Yeah, yeah, all that is great. But I don't know why you're giving me a hard time when I don't feel like going. I'm just being honest. I don't feel like going. Um, you should go because I'm your bitch, I'm your girl, and I'm pregnant. I have your kid. And before, when I moved, you didn't have an issue going and getting food and cooking and all of that. I didn't have a problem cooking for you. I feel like, why is it a problem now? Um, and so I'm like, the bitches you had before, maybe they wasn't as honest with you as I am being. Maybe they was just yes, yes, sir type of bitches. I'm not really, it's like you can't force me to do something I really don't want to do. And the reason I haven't gotten groceries is because I'm still waiting for my money to kick in. Because usually I would just get me some Amazon shit. And I'm also resented towards him because I'll, I also have resentment towards him because there was a couple of weeks he didn't go grocery shopping. And it wasn't until his roommate's bitch pulled up that all of a sudden he wants to go shopping. The bitch is light skinned. So I felt away. Like, I'm like, wow. I had to spend my little financial aid money to shop to make sure I'm eating because yes, I'm pregnant. Had I not been pregnant, I don't give a fuck. I could eat munchies and all that shit. Um, but I gotta make sure I have fruit intake, vegetable intake, dairy intake, all this WIC type of shit. So I don't understand why you wouldn't want to go. When your groceries is in here frozen and in here cold and shit, I make sure it's warm and hot for when you pull up from work. I don't have to do that. I can make me a sandwich and pour me something and I'm good. Um What else? I don't want to be arguing around June because June, I already scheduled a photo studio session. Hopefully, we can make it to that because I miss my kids. I want to take some maternity photos, um, and maybe some graduation photos for him, for my oldest, who's graduating from 8th grade. And I don't know if I'm gonna have graduation pictures before that. I doubt it because it's early in June. But I'm not sure if they're gonna give me any graduation pictures, so I want to have my own. Um, I'm still not sure if we're going to New York for April, but I think so. I want to go get my stuff, and it sounds like he doesn't want to go get my stuff. There was actually a fucking U-Haul truck in front of the crib yesterday, so that's how crazy we was arguing. He was telling me to fucking leave. Um, and I'm not lying. Like I don't got nowhere else to go. But it's like, don't forever think that once the baby's here, that you're gonna come at me the way you've been coming at me. Don't ever think that I'm gonna stay here if you're really kicking me out in front of my fucking kid. Like I'll make sure I rent a fucking U-Haul truck and go somewhere. Now, the thing about going to a fucking shelter is you're going to have public assistance so that they can help you pay for the shelter for as long as you're there so you can get yourself some food through food stamps. If you need childcare and you're working or you need childcare and you're going to school, they can help you with that. Unfortunately, I don't want those services because I don't want to be in the system anymore. That is why I'm going through what the fuck I'm going through. I'm one of those hard-headed bitches that uh we kind of like struggle, not on purpose, but we struggle to learn. We struggle because we kind of already peep who has the easy route. I don't like the easy route. No offense to anyone with those services or that kind of help. But even when I was in the other school, I was trying to get out of my crib, my mother's crib, and they were offering me those services, and I was like, I rather save up and move out, because eventually I'm gonna always have to pay rent, my portion of the rent. So let me get used to it now. The only thing is, after I met my man, I started spending crazy. So those goals kind of was like put to the side. So I don't want to go through that anymore. I actually pray that my baby gives me some good luck and I'm able to save, whether it's a girl, whether it's a boy, and my eating patterns change. I might start juicing. I might start doing salads, green smoothies again, and hopefully I don't fucking starve to death. But yeah, especially since like the first year is kind of easy, the babies just use formula, or if I decide to breastfeed. But if I decide to breastfeed, I'm gonna get hungry. But anyway, so I'm very upset. I actually, they actually, it's like bittersweet. They actually have my program to where I can finish the certificate program because most of the classes were transferable. And then I just have like, so if it is stuck on 9/18, I just have nine credits to go. So that's like 3 classes. And then once I'm done with my certificate program, I can transition to my major, which is my bachelor's in administration, in business administration. So then, as far as picking my classes, I can pick one from my certificate program and one from my major program. And then they have minors and electives and all this extra shit. So after I saw my F grades, I decided to go through my registration shit, and I have 325 credits to go. 325 credits to go as far as my bachelor program goes. So shout out to everyone who has a bachelor's. Because wow, that's a lot of fucking studying, a lot of fucking, a lot of smoking, a lot of sniffing, a lot of whatever it is that you do to get these shits done. Um, and I'm just being honest, a lot of drinks. And I'm just like, I'm trying to do it sane and sober and shit, and I don't know. That's a lot of fucking credits. Um, so that's 325 credits remaining for the bachelor's. I think they're mixed in there, but I have general education courses, I have accounting courses, um, residency stuff, and all types of shit. And I'm like, damn, why did I transfer? I should have at least transferred after my spring semester. So around now is when I should have moved. So I do blame myself for slipping a little bit because I only have four classes to go. So like 12 credits to go at New York, at in New York at the school in New York. I only have 12 credits left. Um, to come back and go through 300 something credits, it's like dragging it, like I won't be graduating this year. I'll be graduating hopefully next year. um and I'm kind of scared because I feel like I thought I was going to pass, like not no A, but I thought, a D. But the only thing with the D's, I can't get used to getting a D because the classes that I got a D for when I was transferring didn't make it. Like they weren't transferable because there were D's, and they don't accept D courses. So for this school, you have to get between an A and a C. I feel like if you even earn a D, they'll just give you an F. So yeah, I don't know if I want to take a writing class because when I'm doing writing classes, I usually save all of my assignments. With the previous school, they have they give you a Grammarly account, so you can upload, or you can have like your writing assignments up there. The only thing is towards the end, all of my assignments were not there, and I did all of my assignments. I posted them there even after they were submitted, and then I go to my Grammarly account, and all of a sudden some assignments were missing. I don't know if it was the school. I don't even know if it was my coworker. I don't know if it was, I don't know. But all my assignments were not there when they should have been there because I uploaded all of them there. Um, and I was like, fuck it. I usually save all of my assignments or I email it to myself, and some of them were inconsistent, which means I was violated. Um, and I don't know why. If I have a HP Smart Friend service, but I think at that time I didn't have the HP Smart Friend. But even after I received the HP Smart Friend service, I was still having documents missing. Google fucking with me. My Gmail, like certain emails went missing. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know if it was the court. I don't know. But like for example, my taxes, I had all my taxes from when I filed. You file online, they send you an email. I had all those emails saved under a tab, under a label called taxes, and all of a sudden it's not there. But thank God, like I mentioned about the Cash App shit, uh, they still have the taxes in their system. So all you have to do is download them. And so basically I still have copies of my taxes. So it's like, who is making me bug out and who is making me tweak out? Like, I don't get it. I don't trust my phone carrier as I should. I don't trust the internet like I used to. Um, ever since court, ever since ever since 2021, my shit been slipping. Like, Like when my man left, he's like, "Where's the list?" I'm like, "I'm gonna send you the list," because now I'm like, I don't even know now what the fuck I want from the fucking supermarket. So I'm like, I'll send you the list. I turn on my phone, and the fucking Metro PCS shit pops up where your no SIM card removed and shit. Like, who the fuck is on the other end trying to remove my SIM card? That's some bullshit. And then if I come at them with the complaint, they're gonna tell me it's just an old phone. You need to get a new phone. Please get some mature people in there. I feel like everyone that works for Metro PCS is immature, and I don't want to feel like I don't want to sound like I'm being racist, but they're usually Dominican folks. So it's like, why are they playing on my line? Why are they playing with me? I don't get it. Um, Even when I was doing real estate, my boss, she was having issues. I don't know if it's true or not, but she was claimed she was having issues with documents missing and all this extra shit. And one of her phones were, I think, Metro PCS registered or some shit. So she didn't trust my coworker because my coworker was still working with Metro PCS. So she figured when she would be upset with her, she would have documents missing and all types of shit. Now, the church where I've been to, the Baptist church where I've been to in Baltimore, I could have sworn I saw that bitch in there. She was giving her testimony and she was preaching a little bit. And I'm looking at her like, this is my coworker. But I'm not gonna say nothing because ain't nobody here that's gonna know this is my coworker. But I'm pretty sure people knew. I'm pretty sure people knew about me. Like that's all I'm saying. So I'm like, this bitch got a tan and she thinks she looked different, but she up there looking like my coworker. Her storyline sounded similar. She up there with her man. She used to brag about her man all the time. So it's like, I know this is her, but it's like, why would I be upset? But I'm like, I pray this bitch is not playing on my line. So with that being said, I have my thoughts on this unit. I hope it's not the lifestyle group related. I'm just praying it's just a coincidence and I'm tweaking. My man had the nerve to tell me I need a psychotherapist. I need help, basically. And I started tweaking. Like, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers is silly because I feel like it's some real estate drama. That's all I can say. I feel it's some real estate drama, and hopefully my family members are not involved in that shit. Because I was tweaking ever since that artist passed away. Um, what the fuck is his name? I can't think of it right now. Middle part braids to the side. Um, he died right after he moved into a crib or some shit, and I that shit really hit home. Like, I'm like, whoa. I was. Damn, what is his name? Like when you know who you're talking about, but it's like it's not coming out. It's like up here, but it's not coming out. That 50 dude, that 50 Cent dude. Deep voice, middle part, side braids. Okay. Him. May he rest in peace if that's even true. Because I'm like, this is not true. I feel like everything I was seeing and reading and hearing on the net was not true. Like, I was tweaking, I was bugging. Um, so I would hate for my family to have ties with this real estate bitch and not tell me. Not that it has anything to do with that situation with the artist. I'm just saying that's how like reserved, and that's how my like that's one of the reasons why my guard was so up for so long, because I'm like paranoid. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Um but yeah, my man was getting upset at me because I'm telling him, look for your fucking receipts. Like, where are the receipts? He usually just has the receipts thrown everywhere. Like, so now that you got this issue, this paper saying you owe this amount of money, and the bitch is charging you late fee when you already told me there was a late fee that she was about to charge you if you keep paying rent late. Um, but now she got a whole different amount up there, and it's like, my nigga, get your conversations, screenshot those shits, get your receipts, and make sure that you back yourself up in case of anything, in case she get crazy. and you're coming at me sideways because I'm telling you that. He's telling me, look for the receipts yourself. Look for your so if, and then you threatening me like you're gonna leave, talking about you would leave and still pay my rent. Okay, cool. But when the bitch gives you a receipt, what you gonna do with it? How I'm gonna get the receipt? You gonna give it to me after she gives it to you or what? I suggest you send me a picture if that's what's gonna happen. But because I shouldn't have that problem. I should have all my receipts. Um And I'm just like, why is this even happening? Like, I don't feel like I'm being too bitchy during my pregnancy for you to be treating me like this. And then I'm like, don't make me regret my baby neither. But then sometimes I do feel like, damn, maybe I should, I shouldn't be pregnant. Maybe I shouldn't be pregnant. I don't like these arguments. I don't know. I heard my brother earlier. May he rest in peace. I don't even know if he's playing with me also. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I still believe in energies. I feel like motherfuckers is gonna have shit happen around me to make it look like I'm not worth being around. And it's like, my nigga, grow up, grow up, grow up. Um, I feel like he's being very immature. I feel like he could be a setup. I feel um, like motherfuckers wanted me out of my mother's home so bad that they just was like, yo, get with my cousin real quick. Let's see what happens, type shit. But I genuinely liked him initially. Like I genuinely liked him, and like our relationship grew. But now he's coming at me like, you don't love me, you don't love me, and all this bullshit. It's like, got you thinking. And then like weird shit like this. The other night, my duffel bag fell out of nowhere. Like it was 6 a.m. That shit just dropped. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So that could have been the landlord lady, because like I mentioned in that video, I heard a voice of a lady talking about get away from me. That could have been her. Why would she say get away from me? Because I remember the bitch got her rent money in January and she over here putting January through March on the shit. Like, who wouldn't understand that? How is that me needing a psychotherapist? Like, this is more real estate, medical related. If you don't get it, then stay out my way. And as far as the shit that I just previously mentioned, now you got a little cup of mine and some soap that done fell off whatever it was on. Like, why? Before he left, I know the heater was on, so I don't know. But it is under the fucking roof. So maybe it felt a little breeze and it fell. I don't know. But I think weird. And by now my baby hears me. My fetus hears me. So um I don't want my fetus to ever think his mother is really crazy. I mean, she can get crazy, but I don't want him or her to believe anyone that thinks that she's crazy. Because I think that's what happened with my sons. I'm pretty sure their family was like, down talking me, and they just like kind of reserved themselves. I don't like him threatening me as far as I need a psychotherapist. Even before, when he was trying to have me go to the hospital, I didn't want to go. He was threatening to call the ambulance. I didn't want to go. And I'm like, if they pull up, they will be upset at this household because ambulance service costs a lot. But you will have to study medical to even know that, or look over your insurance, your bills and shit like that. If you give a fuck. If you don't, you wouldn't know. Um, And so if he had called the ambulance, all they would do is pull up and ask me questions. And if I refuse services, then I sign some paper and they go along their way. They go about their business. But then I just feel like he was just saying that to insult me. And it's like, He is still frustrated that he doesn't know the sex of the baby. He doesn't know how much the baby weighs. From time to time, I do kind of look up on the internet, where would I be, what stage, and all this extra shit. He doesn't want to go by that, which I understand totally. But it's like the internet, as far as my pregnancy goes, never lies to me. Um, uh, the only thing with my second son, I was expected to deliver at a different date than when I delivered. I delivered earlier, and even with my first son, I was expected to deliver 2 days prior to when he was born. So, um, the as far as like pregnancy calculations and shit like that, they just base it off when your last period was. So all I gotta do is enter my last period, and it shows up an estimate, and I usually trust those estimates because it's usually the same with with what they would tell me at the fucking clinic or hospital. He doesn't believe none of that. Of course, he has a dick. He don't have to push out a baby or get a C-section. So and it's frustrating when it's that kind of stage, in arguments with your baby daddy or your baby mama, because it's like hormones. I'm more hormonal, but I feel like I make sense. Um, what's funny is when I actually want sex, that's when we're arguing. So I don't know what that means. Um, he actually slept in a different room. He moved all his shit out this room and went to a different room. Um, Last night he was trying to get me upset. He had like music blasting. Uh, and it's just like he was drinking. He was like drinking a whole bunch last night and not really saying much to me. And then he started slamming his door, and it's like, what is this? Like, I don't get it. But he blames me for bringing down the pillows and basically kicking him out the room. I just needed him to put more attention to what the issues are in the crib. We have a mouse issue. Yesterday I went downstairs. There was a mouse on top of a bag. I'm like, damn, that sounds bad. There was a mouse on top of a bag that's around the living room area. It saw me, and it came down off the bag, and then it ran. I don't know if it ran into the kitchen or into the under the couches type shit. I think we started having this mouse issues ever since he brought these couches in. Um, and so he's not really giving a fuck. Like, it's been weeks since he's telling me I need to go get mouse traps. I need to go get this. And then it's scary because they've been eating some kind of poison that he has for them. Where if they eat it, they poof away. They die. But they're still here. I don't know if it's just one. To my knowledge, I only seen one. But it could be two. And if there's two, then they're small. The mom could be somewhere. And I'm not trying to have, like, it was one thing when they were in the basement. It could have came through one of the pipelines or whatever he was saying. But as far as now in the midsection of the crib, and then I think I heard one on top, we have an issue. I'm gonna cut this video short because I think he's back. But yeah. And I don't want to get to it where he gotta bomb the crib and we gotta leave. Because either way, if they die, we still have to look for them. But yeah, I think that's all I had to vent about. I'll see if I can make another video tonight or this evening.